Grandpa Spirit, we understand. Life was hard. You gotta go uphill both ways in
Like
the
how he
snow.
looked like he's been in Vietnam too.
He does. Yeah, Grandpa Spirit. We're all gonna be in our 60s, and he's gonna be in his 80s. Spirit.
Papa Spirit.
What was it like
Spirit.
when you
Nathan?
could remember things? Yeah.
Fuck you.
I'm like Anthony's over there, like.
Anthony is 3 fucking years younger than you. Amanda's 1 year younger than you.
I'm
Shut up.
4 years younger than Spirit.
Yeah.
And I'm the
You
youngest.
want us to call you old too? We can call you old too.
I like how it blurred out your finger.
It was blurred.
What's funny is if he puts his hand next to his headphone and turns his head, his whole screen goes fuzz. He's like, boom.
Sideways.
See?
Wait.
Where'd I go?
Okay, Viking every live.
Yes, we've been live.
Okay.
Oh, good.
But I have a
Well,
funny joke with this.
So,
Please,
so
yeet.
welcome to my TED Talk on how life was
can
hard
barely
in the
see you.
90s.
Section 69.
Damn, it's still
Thanks.
recognizing my face.
Will, start us off.
The shoe.
Previously,
Do us proud.
previously, Frigid Six Mafia. Given the initial orders by the Bright Queen to explore 3 different cities outside of Rashona of Karis, Asarius, and Rothold, we finally finished up in the city of Asarius, where we had to cover a giant portal on the outskirts of the city, and we decided to finally make our way to the next city on our list. Next city on our list would be the Great Karis, a druid-like city that we've been told about. However, we decided this time to just teleport using our shadow walk to a location nearby the ruins of Draconia and just make our way there as our airship needs to be repaired to get sent back to Rosonia. On our way to the northeast towards the Lotus Den Greenwood, a huge, large forest that surrounds the city of Karis, we come across a dragonborn fellow looking for his fellow travelers who disappeared. Decided to have him go with us, and on our travels, we come across these web-like structures around a abandoned camp. After further investigation, we get encountered with these invisible, almost pale white-like spiders when they do appear. After vanquishing these phasing
Face spiders.
Our dragonborn friend, after realizing what happened to his missing adventures, he decides to leave us from there on and go back the way he came. As we continue northeast into the forest, we finally meet a druid who wasn't a druid at first. He was a panther-like wild shape. And then he, after telling him who he was and who we were, he shows us to the great city of Karis in the Lotus Den Greenwood. And he informs us about how there's been a phenomenon going on with like the wildlife and the green disease. That's where we finally reach the large druid city of Karis.
It's just a village.
The large
Druid
It's a large village.
locked city of
Ewok City.
Karis.
Need to scale
I saw the bridges. I'm like, it's
It's
Ewok
more-
City, isn't it?
It's more Kashyyyk than Andor, but
You're right. I think it's a good mix of both.
eh.
They do have a bit of priority on like the Kashyyyk didn't have a lot of the bridging.
Ronada.
Yeah,
It
it
could be
did.
Ronada.
Yeah, dude. Kashyyyk had a shit ton of bridging. It had a lot more water.
A lot more
Well,
water.
that's only because you saw. we only
Kashyyyk
saw
had
the
tree
coastal
houses.
cities.
Mm-hmm. Wookiees
We
grew
only
in.
saw the coastal.
Yeah,
cities.
I was thinking of the video game for a second. Video game did not emphasize that at all.
No.
It did if you were on the rebellion side.
Mm-hmm.
You arrive, ascending up one of the few engraved trees with the wooden staircase that kind of builds up to one of these platforms. Many of the buildings here kind of made of either a swooping, almost porous white stone, while others have been largely fashioned and grown from wildlife and tree life here. Every so often, as you kind of look at this village, once you arrive on one of the nearby platforms, you can see individuals making their way from either ladders that spread out, tree-shaded platforms. You're seeing halflings and dragonborns primarily. Every so often, these larger platforms that kind of scrape the top of the trees have windmills that blow and turn. And just barely from at least your vantage point, you begin to see the almost snail shell like structure to the far north. But you've arrived in Charis, and how you wish to engage in your investigation is up to you.
Are we
As
still
you were-
following our little friend?
He's departed by now.
Yeah.
Just took you to the city. And as a brief reminder, as you have arrived here, you recognize that this is not a dynasty settlement. It is independent.
We shouldn't bring it that we are here by order of the dynasty.
At least not at first.
Not at all. They are not friends
Oh.
of the dynasty.
Hmm.
They are just like here.
They're independent, yes.
They're neutrals.
Hmm.
Yeah.
They have no opinion.
They're not unfriendly, but
Very
How
friendly.
many? So it's primarily like a mix of dragonborns as well as other races.
Dragonborns and halflings makes up 99% of the population.
Wow.
There's a slightly larger halfling population, but you, especially around the area of New Draconia, which is the largest of the tree-lofted platforms,
The
you see a strong.
Burns.
Are
Yeah.
the draconian sub races all mixed, or is there primarily just one?
Are they
Uh,
tailed or not tailed?
Are they
Tailed or
tailed
not
or not tailed?
Perception check.
Next one. Got it.
I shall.
You can both roll one.
Sure, we'll roll. I'm waiting to see your roll, Will.
I saw your roll. Mine is one low from my highest it could ever be of a 20.
Oh.
33.
Okay.
What's your
Um,
All right. I guess we're doing the
Nine.
30.
My highest is 33. I rolled a natural 20.
Oh.
Wow. All right.
If I,
I rolled
with
a
guidance,
10,
it
so
was
it was a 9.
possible. With guidance, it's possible to get my highest possible roll that would matter of 35.
Wow.
Special.
I get into like the impossible of rolls for perception.
Yeah. Can
Nice.
you not look
With
at my
guidance.
character? He kind of feels violated right now.
Yeah. I can see too far. Jeez.
Too much vision. Too much vision.
Would Saren have
Starts to
problems
see the
like
tabletop.
concentrating, being so passive perceptive, of like having like
I feel like you could
See through
you could
cloth.
distract him
you hear
if
everything?
it was like overly.
What?
Yeah, like,
you
you're over there
mean
just clicking your nails.
Saren, like Nathan, is incredibly easily distracted and breaks on to other topics very
Squirrel.
easily? What? I've literally done that,
There's
and
a
Amanda,
squirrel.
like, as Amanda was talking to me about how I like get distracted, I literally went, "Oh, look, sweetie, a squirrel," and she was like, "You have to be kidding me!
Ah,
you
yes.
don't actually mean that." And I'm like, "No, look, there's
No, look, there's an actual squirrel.
Are we distracted right now?
There's
Yeah,
a
we are.
squirrel in the
Yes.
tree. That...
Yeah, so I rolled a 33, Chris. What's up? What
Yep.
do I see? What great beyond do I peer behind? Am I able to see that we're in a game?
You see the grid. No.
Looks up, he sees Chris. What?
Sees
Looking
the
through-
DM
so-
screen.
And really peering into New Draconia, it's not a burrow. It kind of equates to the same. It's actually, out of all the platforms, it is bar none the largest of the platforms, which is a feat of itself. It's not like one can just construct a platform aloft in the trees in such a way, especially considering the central structure, which you can see is appears to be a swooping hallway that develops into a 3-story structure that appears at the very center be relying on a tree that sprouts from the top. All very well put together. There has been a very clear adherence to normal style as well as its own flair. Primarily no tails. You are hard pressed to find an individual with a tail.
We all just proceed to turn and look down.
You want to tuck?
Do you want to tuck that?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Walk
what's
that
wrong
shit
with
with pride.
tails?
Yeah. Just let it flop out. Just
Let the tail be free, man.
So remind me, is like the whole tail thing, is that like a subracial thing, or is that like the whole dog cutting off tail thing?
no, it's more
It's
like
a
a
subracial.
it's
Okay.
subracial.
Okay.
Yeah. You would have gathered passively that the Drakenblood, or the ones with tails, they formerly were the ruling class of Draconia.
Oh, okay.
And
Gotcha.
That's the
built off
issue.
the back
That's
of
the
the
issue.
Ravenite. The Ravenites are the tailless dragonborn that primarily served as a slave caste.
Oh,
Yeah,
dude,
that's
fuck
the
all
main
that.
issue.
Peasants.
Hey, Chris.
Yeah.
Out of something interesting. Interesting question. Is there a breakdown between what kinds of dragons have tails and what kinds of dragons don't have tails? Like green, blue, white. Like what color of dragonborn?
I don't believe there is
No.
dragons without tails.
So I think outside of Exandria, most Dragonborn don't actually have tails. But this is the Matthew Mercer world, so some Dragonborns have tails.
Mercer's World's also like a fusion of 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
Might have at some point had dragonborn with tails.
Yeah, baffled. But they're also dicks sometimes. But then again, a tailless Dragonborn can be just as big of a dick. Because, ooh,
Don't remember that.
He has a tail.
Heartless one.
So there's green disease.
Green plague.
I see.
Green plague.
Absolutely
Plague,
despise
plague.
the green plague.
Is that just something we can use Roundup to clean up?
Right.
Yeah, then we have cancer.
No, it's
Oh my god.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's what it did. It gave everyone cancer.
If you or a loved one have been diagnosed with cancer.
we start
As a
blasting
filial.
light everywhere.
So anyway, start
I'll
blasting.
say hi. I'll say hi.
Hello.
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 I was the one that passed the driver's test.
It's the one that
Nice.
gets you to drive.
I know. It's like, oh,
No.
so you're the person I'ma keep an eye on. Keep away from
Remember
you.
what you're wearing when you say
The
this.
driving test, and I'm like, she went, no.
No. Disapproves, for sure. I understand.
Yeah.
No, I 100% understand.
But yeah, okay. Well, if we want to get more information about this plague, our best bet would probably be, I mean, depending on how they are ran here, religious institutions could either give us a lot of help, or in my experience with other churches, be horrifyingly inept, unhelpful, and lead us down a path of ridiculous malarkey.
Well,
All right.
I definitely
for
think
the
the
time-
temples are gonna have the most information, especially if people are coming back with this disease.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And for the time being, we all love nature.
I shall watch where
Firewall?
they would look into the
That's
forest
light.
I mean, yes.
and
but no.
notify you guys who I see.
You what? I missed the first part.
You're gonna set up a perimeter.
I'm gonna
around the
set up
city
a
going into the
perimeter.
forest?
To look out for people that will stare off to the forest menacingly.
Ow.
Let me
I'll
paint
set
you
up
a
as
minor
a
image,
hidden-
right?
Yes.
He's gonna
Help me.
stare into the forest, looking for people staring into the forest to help protect them.
Yes.
He's gonna stare at the city, which
Well,
is
I will-
partially forest.
Well, I will stare at near the entrance
He-
where the people would
he's-
start staring. Out
So
in
you're
the
going to
forest.
stare at people for the next.
Anavir,
Correct.
that is an excellent idea. I
That's
agree
what
with you.
I'm thinking.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's make
You
this.
guys just immediately start walking off.
Swords in hand, setting up a
So-
perimeter.
The dewdrop exchange is basically like a big flea market, right?
Hard to tell where you are.
Okay.
Mhm.
Because you guys are. I put
Where
down
are
your
we?
tokens.
You did?
You guys are in the.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Very hard to tell.
We're at Reinhardt Hammer's on my screen.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave mine there so I don't forget where he's at. But I'm gonna be walking around Josh. Anavir.
I don't
Oh.
wanna lose my
Let's
turn.
make this plan
Oh.
happen.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Okay.
leave it. So
I'm over here looking at the bottom right corner.
I'm gonna put it in New Draconia just to make it easier to find. But
Yeah.
Horn blends right.
he's
Where the
So
fuck
does,
am I?
Savari does too.
Sorry, always blends in though.
That's the worst. And
No,
he's
no,
on
no,
every
like,
one.
If I move
Oh,
it
there
right
I am.
here, he disappears.
Yeah.
Where are we on the map?
Camouflage.
We are.
Oh.
Her opacity is
Two
really
of
low
you
too.
are attempting to at least perform a reconnaissance. Okay, that's what 2 of you. 4 of you still do that.
Hell yeah.
Kinda
Oh.
lost.
Let's
They
do
just
this,
drop
Reinhardt.
off. Eileen to Torn.
No, I think
This
this
isn't gonna be
they.
good, is it?
I think we share some words, but that's about it.
Let's see how it goes.
What
Uh,
goes?
so
Uh,
terrible.
let's get some supplies, and we'll
yeah,
try and get some information
let's check
from
if
there.
maybe they have some magic items or some interesting things to sell. We also need to look for an inn.
Yeah.
Torn, are you sure
Do
that
we need an
that
inn?
tail's not gonna cause us?
Do you have
What's
a
wrong
problem
with
with my tail?
I don't know.
You
I'm
can-
worried other
are you-
people
Are you
At
who
this-
are
At this
ruled
time,
as slaves will have a
Are
problem.
you getting looks already? Is he getting looks, or is he like not really noticed?
I,
Check.
Ah.
Andrew?
oh, so I will cast sending to Reinhardt where nobody can hear us. And I'm like, we need to figure out
You mean when you're right next to each other?
exactly, but nobody can hear. It's in our heads. So anyway, right? Hear me out.
Messaging.
We need to figure out if one of us gets captured, we need a code to tell us who's the real one. Right? And you can respond.
No, go
I
ahead.
could
Go
not
ahead.
Agree more.
Go ahead. So to the rest of the party, while that's going on, I'll say, hey, the story is that the last guy who got cut, he didn't bleed regular blood, he bled water, right? So if we nick ourselves just to show us that we'll actually bleed regular blood, not water. Cool?
I'm not
Works for
damaging
me.
myself.
That way we'll definitively know. And we can
I
heal
was
it.
about to say,
Easy.
I
You're the
pull
s-
out my dagger, but then I remember both my daggers are poisoned.
Aren't you like the squishiest guy here? Why would you do that?
I have actually a really nice fancy knife that I got from that one stall while we were hitting on that one girl, and that other girl was trying to get in Andovir's pants.
I can just have a needle and just poke it instead. And I'm bleeding blood. No.
I mean, I
Now
have
we will definitively know.
anti-corporeal magic.
So, yeah.
Alright, Anavir, I think I know what it should be.
All
Those
right.
two can have a
I'm
code.
I'm all ears.
Alright, our code. Our code.
Mhm.
Something happens.
Right.
You ready?
Mhm.
Might want to write this down.
Okay.
Hey guys, I should say, in case we think about it, remember, codes wouldn't work because they have the memories of
They
who
don't know that.
abduct.
They don't know.
They don't know that. They
They
act
do.
like
They
them.
act like them, and
Right.
they've talked to them, and they have no issues in remembering things. So
Do they
Yeah,
seem
but
to
these
remember that,
idiots
or
don't
no?
know
They
that.
walk off.
Alright. The Kenku only speaks on the third Thursday of winter solstice.
You're gonna need to type that to me because I ain't gonna remember shit. I don't even know how to write that.
The Kenku only speaks on the third Thursday of the winter
What's
solstice.
the Thursday?
Exactly.
I rolled a
don't have
9, by the way, on
you
my
don't have a
insight.
7-day work week?
No, they don't have a 7-day work week. Well,
What's the equivalent of Thursday?
we're all gonna die.
We're all gonna die.
We're totally
Awesome.
gonna die. Even Chris has given up on life. He's
Head
already-
down and everything.
This is the one time the body snatchers lose.
No. The body snatchers always win.
I mean, they can die. I can set everything on fire.
Yeah, but the body snatchers have still always won. In every piece of literature they've ever been in. It's really bad odds.
We'll figure it out.
Take them.
The
We can
answer
take-
totally relevant, important question.
What's this body snatcher
The-
you're talking about?
Thursday equivalent
Oh, God, do you
is
actually...
Consen. Conthsen. Conthsen.
TH
Conthsen.
SEN. Okay, Kenku only speaks on the third consonant.
Myerson, Grisson,
I'll write it
Wilson,
down.
Consen, Folsen, Yulison, Dalianson.
I'm bored already.
Remember someone that fucking wrote it, man. Don't
I-
do me.
I'm not at you, but at the name, I'm like, oh God, can we just make it Thursday?
So yes,
The months I
Start-
can deal with, the days I'm like,
start seeing yourself seeing into the forest. That's what you're gonna say.
That's right.
Okay, so are we?
so those two have already split off.
Yeah, they
It's
have. They're
just
gone.
us
We're
four
never gonna see them
over
again.
here.
So are we gonna do this knife thing now? Done and over with.
We don't have to do that right now, but
We just got here.
we have needle. Yeah, we just got here, right?
Scanning
Oh.
through the region. You guys wanted to find somewhere to either get equipment, magical items or like.
Yep.
There's a druid era. That could be kind of cool.
Roll investigation. Whoever's leading the
Sure, I'll do
Alright.
it too.
What'd you get?
That's 7.
I got a 10. I rolled
Between
a
us,
2.
we found all of any.
So what
Find
was
a
the
pile of
highest?
shit.
A 7?
10. A 10.
7 and a 10.
Okay.
It's been
Find
written.
I
a
rolled a
pile of
2.
Do you
sticks.
know, Chris, if my passive perception, I see us walk by an inn.
Okay.
Why are we having an inn?
'Cause we have nowhere to
I can't
stay.
work.
Out of character. Look at these
You
slackers
can't
while
make a
we're
giant
actually making progress.
Seven-story tower.
Is it a tower or a door?
It's
What?
tower.
It's a tower.
Fucking tower.
Okay.
You
Yes, I
can't make
can.
No, you are not allowed to make a random 7-story tower in the middle of another country.
Well, we'll not do it right now. Do that later. Alright.
Journeying. There is trying to like look for an inn. There is no at least you're not finding like a massive like 3-story inn, but you do find a few places to stay that offer a few rooms, one of the like kind of buildings shaded by trees with a platform that just barely touches the sun.
Tall ass platform.
Looking, and eventually you kind of arrive towards Lifebinder, and you look out towards where the edge of the forest line ends, and you can see below you the lake. There's a wooden lodge off to the side, and you kind of finally get a decent size of what is called the Dewdrop Exchange, this snail-like structure with a spiraling pathway and multiple buildings made into it, but you can see at the very ground level there are more grand entrances that kind of pass in, and it's just barely illuminated, almost like by firelights or firefly light. You So looking for like somewhere just like for general supplies, you're thinking that that dewdrop exchange might be a good bet.
Okay.
But as you're kind of here overlooking the whole area, you kind of give attention over towards the building you're beside, this final platform before the edge of the forest. It has these somewhat like enigmatic, massive horns atop the building. And while there's no signage, there's just a few cairns, so collections of rocks built up around the platform. And Snyder, you recognize that there are a few runes inscribed onto the edges of these rocks.
Do we have
Magic
to roll
rocks.
something for that?
Roll an Arcana check, yeah.
Sure.
And it's good.
27.
27. Interested by the arcane sigils you see on these rocks, besides this like kind of foreboding building, you take a cursory look at both the runes and the like. You see each stone that's built up upon these piles has runes on them, but only the topmost one appears to be emanating any type of aura and magic to it. Looking at the specific runes, these runes are attempting to strengthen an area spell that affects anything on the inside, and you're recognizing it is likely associated to the spell of that 27. You're like seeing it's likely associated to the calm motion spell.
What?
And so basically anyone that goes into the area where all these rocks outlay would essentially have the spell calm motion casted onto them.
I don't know what that spell is. Stormer doesn't know
I
what
know
that spell is.
means.
It means that it's like
Hold on.
forcing you to be chill, man.
Kind of sounds like you can't run. You're running. I'm not running.
It's more of a no yelling.
No yelling.
No fighting. No belligerency.
You can roll a separate Arcana check if you want to discern a calm emotion.
Emotion or calm motion? Oh, it's an 8.
Calm emotion.
26.
Do you state out loud that it's the spell calm emotion?
Do you?
Hold on.
Do you say
Oh,
it out
now
loud
that I
it's
brought it
calm
up,
emotion?
I thought you said calm motion. I'm like,
No, you said
What?
calm emotion.
I couldn't hear it for the first.
Calm
times.
motion? Yeah, it's not
That
about
sound like-
it's not
doesn't
about how
sound like
big
you're
the
running.
boat is, it's about the flowing of the ocean. Woo!
Calm
Okay.
emotion.
See, that's
Episode
why I was
69, baby.
confused.
Woo!
So you know what the spell is.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm
Doesn't
looking at it
yours
now.
go
nice on
full?
my feet.
And yeah, I'll start talking. Probably muttering to myself as I'm like saying something, and Sarah can probably hear what I'm saying.
Yes. There's very, very little you guys can do around me that I don't know about. Anavir, stop jacking off at 2 a.m. when you're bored.
No.
He is in the bathroom.
You're just looking through the crack and you just hear me. No.
Savari's coughing up another hairball.
Shut up! I'm trying to
You
sleep.
know how people, when they get put in those environments where they can't hear anything, like super soundproof, they start to attune to hearing their bodies.
Oh,
Yeah, you
heartbeat
hear
and all
her
that.
heartbeat and
You
whatnot.
can start
and all
hearing your
that.
heartbeat and shit. Yeah.
I want to go in one of those rooms.
Or
Those are
anytime
crazy
you lay down on,
rooms.
or any side sleeper having to hear their heartbeat in their ear.
Can do it.
I can't
Yeah.
sleep.
It's not fun.
And Chris, we see these rocks where again?
Yeah, that was actually my main
There's
question.
4 cairns, and they form what can vaguely be described as like a semicircle around the building. So kind of 2 in the front, 2 closer to the back, and wider apart.
And we are
Do I see anyone
You're not-
Here, right?
guarding the entrance to that building?
No.
We're over there near the life bender.
Yeah, Lifebinder. You have to get to the edge of the forest to see over to the exchange. And seeing as how most of Charis is built onto these platforms, you can't just like go down to the forest level. You have to stay on the platform, so you inevitably kind of end up going to here, the Temple Malor, or one of those higher up windmills.
We should ask ourselves, what's our cover story? What's our story if we get stopped?
Yes.
We're in
We
town.
should send this.
We are sent
Saren
by
should
Her
send
Majesty
this
the
to
Queen.
the other two.
We're in town.
You know,
What
I
is
don't
this
plan to tell
confidence?
people more than that.
We're a traveling band.
We're in
Travelers.
town. I am not in a band.
Band of adventurers, it does not sound like.
This
I'm gonna murder your
We're a band of
population and
adventurers
steal your
seeking
goods.
fortune.
this land of India is now considered part of Great Britain.
Look, we found the native Indians. We're in India. This is America. Fuck. Okay.
All right.
Do I
So
see an
Life
entrance
Finder.
to the building surrounded
Yeah.
by the four rocks?
I guess we can.
Yeah,
open
you see the
that.
door is it's kind of like just two sheets, enough so to fit only one person, but one of them is slightly ajar, so slightly open.
What do I see when I look inside?
You peering inside with your dark vision, you see, just based off like the small opening, you're seeing a couple vines kind of strewn across the top with various lanterns and gems hanging off.
Do I see any magical trigger that would give me the idea that when I walk inside, the rocks will activate on me?
Based off Stormer's,
Investigation.
yeah, based off your initial thing, crossing the line of the stones would likely trigger the effect calm motions on you.
Then I'm not going in.
Yeah. Again, it still sounds like you're saying calm motion. Damn it.
Emotion. Alrighty then. So we didn't see any inn at all during the whole voyage.
I like a big inn. There's a few places where you could like rent a room or two.
Okay.
Okay. Do we want something out of the way, or
Well, we probably just want someplace with a lock.
Mhm.
yeah.
Some druid places are a little bit more.
Life Finder. Yeah. Give me like 2 seconds, please.
I'll try and find one of the inns, Chris, that has like rooms with locks and like separate doors.
You had previously passed by somewhere that, and upon like further investigation, they have 2 rooms available. And, a brief look has kind of entered, and you see that the 2 rooms are off to the side. They are being modest, but they do appear to have like a metal lock that can be set into place.
How much are the rooms?
When you do ask, the halfling
All is given by the trees, man. That big old fat fucking blunt.
you ask a halfling
And-
individual who appears to be younger side, probably not like the proprietor, but just manning the desk at the moment. Maybe family
Yes.
business.
Slouchy.
They kind of gives an eye. Oh, I see. We can take trade copper, right?
Yes, we have copper.
Take like 8 copper per room. You see,
Chris,
the rest of
what quality do I feel the rooms are worth?
you were led briefly into one of them. There's mainly just 3 beds, one per wall, and kind of a dip in his communal, just sort of seating arrangement at the center, and windows for his back that bleed a little bit of the light in. I mean, it's primarily wooden.
No. Do I feel like they're like, oh, they're rooms. Like they're fine, like rooms. They're like, there's no problem. There's something I normally pay like 5 silver for in the Empire or in Rosona.
Yeah,
Are they something that like you're like, this is definitely not worth my 8 copper?
I mean, no, they're fine rooms. I mean, it's a different style than you're used to. It's not like 1 or 2 nice beds and these kind of like a dresser and a mirror and a few chairs. It's like
It's 3 beds and a
It's a hostel. Okay.
Yeah.
Literally
Okay.
a hostel.
I'll put down
What? Who's
2
hostile?
silver.
There's kind of a pause, and you kind
Yeah,
of seem
for
like
2
counting
rooms.
for a moment. Okay, so like a day and a half per room, right?
Oh, this was just for tonight for 2 rooms. It means, buddy, I'm giving you a tip. Keep the money. And I just push the 2 silver forward, tap them, and say, I'm gonna go to our room now.
That's right. D&D
Do you
parties
have
are a
breakfast
menace.
in the morning? Or do you know a place where we can get breakfast?
You could try the exchange, or
We're new in town. We're visiting.
Why
Where's
do I
the
feel like
exchange?
Why do I feel like we walked into Coachella or something?
I feel like we're in the
Further
John
up
Mulaney
north.
bit.
further up
I'm
north,
new in
there's
town.
a larger structure, kind of like a community place.
Okay.
Just sorry, a little out of my element right now.
Burning Man, WildeMount.
Okay.
Yeah, there's we don't often leave the settlement. Most people, they don't leave Charis. This is our home.
Yes.
We don't often trade in gold, copper, and the like. We take it because we're in.
Okay. I'm assuming
So it's more
materials
bartering.
are what a lot of people take.
Well, mainly barter, yeah.
Yeah.
Good to know. Good to know. Now, if we
Are we
had
with you?
ground up gold or ground up silver, would that be better?
Be facing the value of a coin.
They kind of furrow the
If we
brown
care.
thing for a moment. Yeah. I think ground up gold is something people would buy. Don't quote me.
I'll take the keys for now for the 2 rooms. We'll stop in, take a breath, and then we'll go back out and explore. Let me know if you need us to, if you need anything from us while we're here, and I'll pay you for tomorrow. Thank you.
I like they're kind of like looking at you for a while. Of course, yeah.
I literally just go like, thumbs up, like, we're good one, buddy. And I tap the
And
table,
take the keys.
and I walk to the room, and as I'm walking, I just look at Torrin and go, I don't think I've seen anyone so innocent in my entire life.
Why does it feel like
And
it's
I
just
worked at a
Colorado?
place that was about marriage.
To Charis.
You sip from water flask.
I have my tankard of sobriety.
Wolfgang's tankers.
So- There's the one snail-like building
Yeah.
that has a market. Is
Yeah,
Do they even
we'll
have
check out the rooms.
a leadership
Yeah, let's head
area?
there.
We'll go.
Looking at leadership, you kind of have to ask around.
Okay. Oh, that's right. I have the city watch ability.
It's a
Watch
democracy,
vulnerability.
man.
So
Uh-huh.
you kind of ping a few questions about initial leadership. It seems that Charis works off a dual elders.
Oh, okay.
There's one elder for the halflings, and they reside at the only like fortress area, which is the home of the Thriceborn. And then someone's camera is somewhere else right now.
He's a spirit.
Whoa.
Oh,
Woo, boy! We on some mad drugs right now.
Can
And
I
then
buy
there's-
more pixels for 500?
There's the elder of the Dragonborn who resides within New Draconia.
okay. So our friend-ish guy who was a Dragonborn probably lives somewhere in there. And there's an issue right now. So I feel like just taking a nap, to be honest, now that I'm here.
We could check
I
out.
say
the
we should
exchange.
probably check
Mm-hmm.
the fortress area to see if we can get a meeting with anyone.
Yeah,
See if
I
we can
have
find
some
any work while we're here.
Ideas
Get some more
for once we're situated and have a direction to go, but until then, I'm kind of just wanting to go do the redrop exchange, see what's there,
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't feel like that's a bad idea.
get some food.
Maybe
yeah, let's
Trade
let's
flatbait
go.
for something?
Yeah, let's go do that. Do remember,
Sure,
guys.
we have something that we can trade.
I've in my religion, like in being a practitioner of religion as I am, and working at the house, I've definitely met some other people who are a little bit more close to nature. They can be a little.
Yeah, let's all pretend that we really like.
They can be
Nature,
a little.
yeah.
No. Some people understand that nature isn't for everyone. Nature has death in it still. Just like nature has life, nature has death. Nature gives, it takes away. Just like
It's gonna be
most
so
other
Mother
scary.
Nature,
religions.
you scary.
The big
Like,
thing
it's
that
gonna be
we
so
need to
scary.
remember more is that some of these people, as we met with the innkeeper, or the person at the inn anyways, some of these people have never left here. They don't know how big the world
Probably
is.
don't even know there was a war.
Yes, so remember to be softer in your speak. Also, less aggression. Aggression will be a very bad idea.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just soft. And don't bring out things that are too flashy. You'll get a lot of attention really fast.
Meanwhile,
As for me and Reinhardt, just on our own.
you got the high vis bar.
They actually might take the
and
flappy in
guys,
who
the
really
death
Looks at my
might
halberd,
wanna
so
be
don't
able to
activate it,
bear.
right?
You guys move away from the inn, which is kind of situated close to Lifebinder, and you begin making your way where you have to go down the steps. And as you step down from one of the tree areas, you can see that this northernmost tree. So I click this one's icon instead of pinging. The northernmost tree, you can only really see when you finally step down. It's about 100 feet tall, and about 80 feet of it has been thoroughly and exquisitely carved into the likeness of Melora, the Wild Mother.
Has it been physically carved, or has it been like grown to?
There's a
Oh,
physical
that's a good
carve.
question.
Yeah.
Like you
I'm
can
like,
see
I'm thinking
kind of
like
the
elves, how like they
elements where
grow a tree out.
I mean, much of the settlement is formed like that, formed as like a tree growing in a way, but this has been explicitly carved out.
Okay.
As you guys make your way to Dewdrop Exchange, Reinhardt and Anvir, you guys are trying to keep a look out for people that are looking into the forest.
Mm-hmm.
You're fucking wrong.
Yes.
Yes.
Roll investigation.
All right. You want help or?
No, you can roll.
Okay.
I'll roll, you roll. We'll both roll.
Okay. Sounds good to me. I got that 20.
Good, I got a 5.
That's good. So I got 24 total.
Okay.
That could have gone really, really
Yeah.
wrong.
You
Everyone
are
stared into the forest.
you're walking around a little bit. You're kind of you I can't you every so often you find someone kind of walking by and glance at a forest back and you kind of like mad eye them for a little bit.
Do I write down what they look like?
And you kind of like look out to the forest where you're looking, and you have to correct Reinhardt, where like you kind of follow the guy and look where they're staring, and you have to like remember not to stare at the forest too long before you get accused. It's this strange game of how long is too long to be staring to the forest, any ominous signals you're getting.
At this point, I have a piece of paper and a pencil, kind of like writing down like looks of people, like how long they kind of stare, so I can get like a overall
Okay.
view.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry. Every time a cat walks over, I know she's gonna try to jump on my computer. I mean, when people like look out into the forest, you're really only seeing like 3 seconds at max before they kind of turn back. With your investigation being 24, you kind of surmise that it's less so that you're just like there's not many of them or any of that. You're more surmising that you're kind of putting like the logical connections together, that they're not, these people wouldn't just kind of walk close to the forest, look out into it, nod, and then turn back. It's you're basically kind of making the assumption that it's like an instinctual thing, like when you respond to a message to kind of like gesture or refer to it. But you don't see anyone that like inherently like you're gonna stare at them and like
No, I'm just glancing over, just kind of.
spend a little bit of time doing that.
It's only in his area, take it.
Anywhere you heading specifically?
Well, let's head. I guess it would be west and then north around the city.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we'd make our way, I guess, to the Thriceborn.
Okay.
What, like somewhere right there or something? Or...
Yeah, you arrive at one of the few hills for this area, and by and large, once you kind of hit the hills, they don't have staircases to descend down. The only way to get to the top of these hills, they've been kind of shaped in such a way that it's difficult to access them in any way besides the bridge. Wait a moment.
Indeed.
I'll just levitate up it.
For no reason, just levitate.
I take it we're all kind of attracting.
I mean, there's a little
Oh,
bit.
I mean, we do have a
If you're
dragonborn
like
with
you're
a tail.
Especially
outsiders.
Reinhardt and Saren. Full
You guys-
armor.
Yeah, you guys are like outsiders, but there's also this. Like, they're not like completely oblivious or not completely like awestruck by outsiders. Like they have inns, they have some of these basic amenities for travelers. They've certainly had a few from likely Asarius.
Mm-hmm.
But as you kind of arrive, you see what looks to be vine and wood grown walls that interweave in a lattice that form the primary walls of a compound almost. Just barely over them, you can see dyed green stone rooftops that stand in a huge juxtaposition to the majority of Charis. It seems to be like one of the few defensive locations. There are a few towers that kind of spread out. You can see halfling guards post at each tower, and each tower appears to have like that own unique flair in either its size, how high it extends. Like there's no uniformity to a majority of this. You head around and you approach a small gatehouse where a few of the halfling guards are stationed, primarily a wooden bark armor.
Okay.
Doors are closed to the area. As you approach, one of them kind of looks up to you, the helmet like half meeting his eyes, and has to kind of lift it up a bit to actually meet your eye line, especially considering your height. They look to you. I'm gonna help you today.
Are you guards of the
Hey there,
city?
little guy.
Assuming y'all are the guards of the city.
Yeah, gods of here, home of the Thriceborn.
All right.
Okay.
How long you been a guard here?
I think 5 years now for me, and a few of the other trips up. Actually, only my first summer.
Oh.
And another one speaks out like, I'm about 2-3 years maybe in, and it's like one of the other ones. No, you've definitely been here longer. I feel like I started about the same time you started, and the conversation quickly devolves without you, as they just begin speaking to one another.
That's quite fast.
Would they be considered distracted?
Yeah,
Yeah.
If
you're not there.
I think it's just those two.
Composed.
Mhm.
All right. Have you guys noticed anything interesting regarding the forest lately?
One of them kind of snaps back out of it, and you, there's an initial pause, and the camaraderie begins to take a slow tank down, and the laughter dies. And yeah,
Fuck, my mouse just died.
there's been like things. That's what you mean.
Yeah. What's the weirdest thing y'all have seen?
I'm curious
far.
about this one.
Yeah, weirdest thing. Let's say in the past month or two.
Yeah.
I kind of glanced when I was there, like, yeah, the thing at the it's the thing at the exchange, and they all kind of come to a unison before one of them speaks up. Probably a little bit ago at the Dewdrop Exchange, a few people were having an archery contest, firing arrows. It got a little heated. Someone pulled a knife on the other, take a slash to them, and instead of you expect red to come from someone that bleeds, and this was instead of a dark green ichor, like they were not bleeding water, but something else. It was strange. And
It's very
Very
strange.
responsible.
the other guards came in. This individual immediately started to attack others. No one died besides this one, but when they did die, when it was certainly they deflated and they kind of unraveled right there. It was unsettling at first, but the pigment in their skin changed to green. The clothing dampened away to just plant matter.
Wow.
That is interesting.
That is very interesting.
That is exactly what we were looking for, actually.
That is.
What was your name?
You were looking for it.
Sort of.
We're trying to solve the case.
Yeah, we're kind of lead detectives on this case.
They're gonna go to jail.
It's gonna go-
You're detectives.
I thought we didn't have a jail.
You could say so.
One of us is.
One of us
We need
is.
to. We need to.
Hey, it's a persuasion, it's a charisma. Maybe we're not going to jail. They're not going to jail.
We're going to jail.
It's gonna be a
Yeah.
19 for persuasion.
Hey.
Oh, we're going to jail.
No, we're not doing these guys.
He kind of gives it a highlight. Could use some investigators right now.
No, my
The whalers weren't doing. I mean, the whalers. They're not
whalers?
finding anything. So
The whalers.
yeah, the wood whalers, the individuals that go scouting into the forest.
That's a name we have not been briefed on yet.
No.
Isn't that right, any of you?
Yeah, it's very strange. We haven't even met them, and they're also investigators.
Their real names.
Maybe we'll have to chat them up, and kind of see what they have
Sure.
going on.
Do they have an outpost of sort that we can find them at, or are they just throughout the city?
A few of them. I don't think they're like organized in any particular way, but I know a lot of them tend to hang out at the exchange. Actually, one of them because actually, you can find some of them at the Twilight Yard, occasionally practicing there. Exchange, the Vineyard Lodge. Again, as my compatriot was saying, they're not organized in such a way. It's a community, like a brotherhood.
Right. Well, in that case, do you know someone that might be pretty well experienced when it comes to maybe they would know than everybody else, or it's just not really? You don't really know who would know type of deal.
Kind of another one. They kind of think for a moment. One of them was like, yeah, at the lodge, I believe Tarhorn.
Tarhorn.
He's one of the older members. He might know names.
What does this Tarhorn look like?
He's graying a little. You know, listen, he's an old halfling. What do you expect? They all kind of look the same at a certain point.
Is that it?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
As far as the guy that just deflated like a bag of, like an old flower, was he of anyone of significance, or was he just a nobody that
Just happened to
wanted
join the
get
contest.
cars?
Never one speaks up. Corlin. His name was Corlin. Or he looked like Corlin. One of the Wood Whalers.
Okay.
One of the whalers. Okay. Wow.
So one of their own who's in charge of, who's not in charge, but who have kind of organized this.
In this brotherhood. Right.
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
Have there been any other cases or sightings of something similar of that nature? Of individuals?
Of this incident of some kind. Right.
Well, Nolan has a persuasion check.
Am I helping or?
You can.
Okay. I got a 19.
Alright, mine's a total of 20, so.
Oh, really? Mine's
yours is a
28.
lot higher.
Yeah,
Yeah.
28.
Well, I got a 14, so I was like.
Oh, okay. That's still good.
Yeah,
We're good investigators.
no. Lead investigators.
Okay,
Yes.
Okay, Mr.
We're still
Young,
talking.
That's right.
We're good investigators.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Point you
That's
made
how
right
you
there.
do it.
I'm pretty good at this
We're
lawyering
gonna
stuff.
solve the unsolvable.
That may be just
There's
a
a-
giant chicken lawyer.
There's an air of like silence amongst them because they kind of glance between each other. But recalling that you're here to investigate, they
Oh, that's
glance
right.
over, and one of them eventually kind of gives a break. He's like, "Okay, listen, not supposed to talk about it too much."
I get closer to him.
Guess so do I.
We're
They all
doing like
kinda,
a drug
form
deal.
Form a little
No.
circle. All
Oh my god.
the other
This is
two.
what I meant. They're too pure and innocent. They're too innocent here. This is a
There's like-
retirement. This is where you retire.
These are guards, dude.
These are
I
legit guards, though. They're not.
There's
It's,
four of them.
You
There's
didn't get
four
above
of
a
them.
20! You didn't even get above a 20!
Listen, Twine doesn't want a lot of people to talk about. People are getting sick. Okay. Sometimes the whalers, sometimes people that kind of just go in to pick food from the forest, but people are getting sick.
Hmm.
The symptoms kind of starts with a heavy sweat. That's what we first noticed, and then kind of lethargy sets in. People turn. They gain a little bit of weight. That's about as far as we start to notice.
strange.
Okay.
Wow.
People that do get sick, some of them stay in their homes, some of them come here, some of them head to New Draconia, speak to their elder. But sensitive matter, okay?
I agree.
That's understandable.
And thank you for telling us. This is very important information. I know this is very tough to say these secrets, but I assure you we will do our best to solve whatever is happening to this village. Is this a village, Chris? Out of character?
It counts as a village.
Okay,
yeah.
this village. The outpost village. Right.
Because an outpost center would have been a main settlement.
Mm-hmm.
Never mind. Not an
Never
outpost.
mind.
It's a village.
It's a village.
Has there anybody that's fully recovered? Do you know?
Not that.
Okay.
Started
No
about
cure?
2 months ago.
2 months. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
I see.
For
Write this down. Write this down.
This has been more than helpful.
Absolutely.
I'm glad.
Well, we'll stop poking at you because
Well,
I'd imagine you got to do your business of guarding and such.
another one speaks up. If you investigators, I don't know who sent you, but this is the first time we're hearing of you. Do you need a meeting with Elder Twine?
That would be absolutely.
That would be
phenomenal.
superb.
However, we like to keep our presence here kind of on the minimal.
hush hush.
As you see, what we're wearing is kind of something what you guys aren't wearing. We want
Yes.
to kind of be just lie low,
Low profile because
cruise through here. We don't want to make too much of a scene disturb your guys' wonderful city here.
absolutely.
You can head to the Dewdrop Exchange and likely find someone that's selling cloaks and the like to put over what you're wearing.
Got it.
That's good. That's good. Okay.
But yes, we'd be more than happy to meet with them.
Absolutely.
Pencil you in for this evening. Doesn't have a lot of meetings, but I know he has some time then. When the sun begins to fall, just make your way here.
Back here at the Thrice.
Oh, the Threshold. Well, I'll still be here. These two will be off by then.
Gotcha.
Ew, gross.
Yeah, we'll be sure to get our junior detectives with us and meet up with them.
Mm-hmm.
There's more of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Kind of one who goes in. Of course. There has to be a decently sized party to cover something so big like here. What should we expect for your rest of your
Professionals.
company?
As far as numbers,
Yeah.
there's 5 to 6 of us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nothing too crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate though all of your guys' help.
Absolutely.
Anytime, detective.
I tossed all of them a silver piece.
Okay.
I do too. I give.
Wow.
You
a
hand them the
silver.
silver pieces, and you see the kind of,
Oh yeah, he didn't see us with the in
Yeah.
person. They're like,
kind of looking over to it. And there's a little bit of confusion. They're looking at the mint.
did they
tapes on it.
SpongeBob buy it? He's gotta roll a dice. Did you get names for all of them, Will?
No.
I don't even think we got.
One of them does. Kind of gives it a bite and goes, "It's real." While one of them is like, "Good call." The other one, the older ones.
How? Wait. How
One of
many?
them
You'll
looks like
have
they're fucking
to.
morons.
You'll
How?
have to excuse them. But we don't trade in normal currencies here.
Will, just for fun, show them what a platinum looks like. Ooh,
Oh my
ooh.
God.
That's 100 silver and
They don't-
1,000 copper.
They are not aware of the currencies that we are.
We are not flashing.
Typically barter here. You can take your coin back though. We don't really have much need of it. Gestures
Oh,
appreciated.
All right.
All right, if you say so.
Yeah.
I feel.
I feel.
bad, though. Kinda
Let's
bad
see.
just Doing that. Let me see.
Oh, you know
have
what? I
something
will
else.
give you guys. Let me look at my inventory. I got inspiration to do their job.
Let me give you some invisible ink.
Give me some. Let me give you some sood.
There's 4 of them,
Oh,
right?
I could give them drugs.
Is there 4 of them?
3. There's 3.
I
Oh,
give
3.
them frigid
Alright.
woe in a jar.
I will,
Don't ever open it.
I'll give.
It
I'll-
will kill the entire city.
So I'll give each one of them a healing herb.
Okay.
Yeah.
A healing herb.
Yeah.
You do see
Healing
like
herb.
there's a more of like a light of recognition to it, and the gesture is much more appreciated. Even the older one kind of takes in hand. It's quite kind of you, actually.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into it.
I give each one of
I forgot I have a magic broom still.
cosmic horror tooth.
Yes.
They all have their own tooth.
You're gonna give.
There's like a much stranger vibe between taking the plant versus the
Fucking tooth.
Ginormous.
yeah.
Tooth of an inner realm being.
Mind
that
you,
they
it's
couldn't
like
even
that
fathom.
big for you, so it's a little
It's
bit
like a-
bigger for a halfling.
What the hell am I gonna do
Fashioned a
with
nice
this?
sword out of it.
They're
We're
kind
gonna,
of like
we're gonna show it to
Or a
someone.
dagger?
they're kind of
Anthony,
looking
let's
at
give
them.
him an eyeball.
Decent.
So it'd be like this on
We'll
Sword
on
shit.
maybe start a
Will
life
and
binder
like this on Viking.
later.
Yeah, it's for gratitude.
Life binders normally they deal in the obscure like this.
But yeah, that's from a big beast that we encountered not too long ago. Got some parts from it. Since you guys don't really operate in the currency that we're used to.
The other two kind of, you can see they're winding up to ask questions, whereas the older one kind of has to, hey, you're on the job. Appreciate.
I'll be more than happy to answer those questions. You guys can find me some more information about what happened.
Ooh. Well done,
There's
detective.
like, one of them, have my word. Anything I hear, detective.
I love this village. I want to save it.
Too innocent.
I want to
I'm
save
giving
this
them
village.
sood. I'm trying to give them sood.
It's just Anavir and I right now.
That's right.
I'm gonna give them a good berry.
Oh God.
They
So
know what
you guys make your way to exchange.
Here's a bag of residual.
I think we should get those cloak thingies that they were mentioning. And
I'm
then-
not too worried about the cloak thing right now.
Oh, really?
The vial of poison.
But
Give
yeah,
them
we
a
should make
gun.
our way to the exchange.
Okay.
As you guys make your
No
way to the
problem.
exchange, kind of traversing finally on the grass again, you actually reconvene with the other group at the forefront of the Dewdrop
Hey
Exchange.
boys, find anything
so
interesting?
we got some information. We met with 3 guards. We kind of didn't really find too much on the outskirts. Kind of hard. Some people kept looking in the forest. Flop. However, about 3 guards over at the Thriceborn. They informed us about the first major sighting of this green disease plague-like of happening here in the. Let me scroll up to look at the Dewdrop Exchange. About an archery competition that happened here. Someone got hit, got into a fight, got stabbed, oozed out, deflated like a beanbag.
What's a beanbag?
What he was.
We did find lodging for the night.
And then we
In
also
case you
had
guys
a
aren't
meeting.
aware, do be aware. It definitely seems like the people here don't get out much. Seem a little innocent is the best way to put it. We should definitely try not to take too much advantage of them. It would be
Yes, we
Agreed.
noticed that too. We tried tipping the guard based on their help and knowledge, and they looked at the currency like it was
Very odd.
foreign to them.
Yeah, I did
So-
speak with one of them. If we ground it up, ground silver powder would be more useful to them. So,
Okay.
if we think about it that way, like, they still would make jewelry and necklaces. So, and
Yeah.
enchantments require things like silver and
Mind
gold.
you have mainly spoken to the halflings in this regard, and you're kind of making these dots druidic, metalworking.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Doesn't have a lot of
Yeah, but
cross-
jewelry. Yeah, but you still need some kind
Yeah.
of like precious material for enchantment. So I feel like silver and gold are still useful. They're just not like,
Mhm.
and I mean like jewelry working, not like metal working,
Yeah,
which is slightly different. But yeah.
yeah, jewelry.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But
Jewel
we're about
crafting,
to
not
head
smithing.
to the the Dewdrop Exchange if you want to join us.
That's where we're headed to. We also have a meeting tonight with Tarhorn. He's the lead for the halflings, the druid.
Tarhorn is the
Not the
Uh,
lead.
a veteran member of the Wood Whalers. You were meeting with Elder Twine.
Elder Twine. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Elder Twine.
Elder Twine. We're meeting over back at the Thrice Point. I can show you guys where that's at.
Mm-hmm.
Probably passed on the way and walked into the city, but it's kind of like lead.
It has escaped me. We have a man covered in bear pelts. He's probably the most normal to these people looking at us, right?
I could make myself look more.
We have a man in full black, pulsing, heartbeat-wise armor.
Living armor.
Yeah, we have me in dulled purple,
A
pure
human
silver armor.
in somewhat polished.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
difference is like he
Purple
does have
armor.
those bear pelts, which can be kind of like recognized. The rest of his appearance kind of stands in a harsh juxtaposition to the pelt, the hats, and the.
We have a dragonborn with a tail.
I'm from not wearing the top
Dragonborn with
hat.
a tail and black leather armor that's constantly smoldering.
Yeah,
And a cat that walks
we
on
have
2 legs.
a cat, which in general is just a rare species. And then we have
Except for Rumple.
Viking, who's way too
Hide
fucking
his
colorful.
blood.
Just way too fucking
Too
colorful.
happy. Too happy.
Yeah.
God,
It's
he would stick
difficult
out like
to
a
tell
sore
if you
thumb
guys
if it was
are
a
being
Shadowfell.
looked at because your party is already a mental flashbang of different individuals, or if it's just that you guys are outsiders, and there's already a level of awe in just people that aren't
Probably
from
some
the village
combination
being
of
here.
both.
Yeah, he's in
Welcome to Dewdrop Exchange.
All right.
he's in this version right now.
I will ask everyone if they have anything we could trade to people.
They
I
seem to
haven't
really appreciate healing herbs.
I don't have any healing.
Well, we can always get some.
Let's see what's in my inventory.
Hopefully, in the exchange,
shit.
we'll have better luck as far as.
I will pull my hand and I pull out just one of the one of the 2 blue vials I have. Oh, I should not give them that.
I should not give.
It's okay because I got the antidote.
I got the end.
I got 2 as well. We're gonna put that back. We're gonna put that in the back pocket, so we don't trade that.
Sit down.
could
You're cracked down.
wipe
Hear
out-
that?
Kill this entire village. Let's put that back.
Kill an entire village.
I don't know.
It could,
Probably kill the whole nation.
Do we think
Yeah.
they'd have any use for 2
especially if
poison
you can
daggers?
synthesize it. Oh yeah, if the Empire got that and the antidote wasn't out, oh boy.
Massacres.
What was the name of the contact again that we're meeting with later?
Elder Twine.
Elder
Twine
Twine.
is the elder of the halfling population. You were informed of Parhorn, who stays at the sorry, let me get that name correct.
Twilight Yard.
Valinor Lodge. He stays at Valinor Lodge. The Wood Whalers themselves, which is spelt, wood normal, W-A-I-L-E-R.
Dude,
Wood
that
Whalers-
would be too much.
Yeah, that would definitely be too much. The Wood Whalers have been mentioned to be just sort of rangers, like a brotherhood of rangers, so they are spread all about. And Corlin is the individual from the Dewdrop Exchange that deflated into plan.
Got it.
To get all the names straight.
I got Twig.
Wig?
Wick? Twig?
So yes, let's make our way to Dewdrop Inn. Dewdrop Exchange. Dewdrop Exchange.
As you kind of approach, the structure itself is kind of rivaling the height of some of the trees, and you can see there are homes built along the snail-like appearance of the outer shell, easily housing a decent amount of this population of Charis. Though the inside has these more grand entryway, it presents itself as more welcoming, and as you kind of enter in, you begin to hear It's a very gentle and soft music being played, likely by individuals off somewhere. You're unable to tell because as you enter, you are immediately see the sight of several different, almost looks like stalls and arrangements and setups. Just large meeting areas stretching all across in a like crescent manner, with various places making foods. You can see the like a small archery range on the inside, likely stretching only 100 feet to the next target. And you can already see that there are people there, halflings and dragonborns practicing aim. There is a distinct and heavy presence of like greenery and nature here. A heavy amount of druid craft has been expended to make this place look natural, using insect-based life in the most part to kind of actually illuminate the center area. And it mainly serves as this like melding pot for the halfling and the dragonborn population of Charis. You can initially you do see that they are serving like food here that doesn't look absolutely and utterly fucking alien. So there's at least a plus there.
Indeed.
Huh.
Oh, no crickets, no meal worms.
Not quite what I expected.
Eh,
A place called the Dewdrop Exchange.
a little bit more drink and I'll eat a lot of their food.
Alright.
Chris, when I look in, do I see any job boards?
You kind of glance through, and yeah, you do see kind of a section of the wall nearest the entrance, so actually where you're entering in, just right off to the side, you see that there is a job board saying various notices and papers that have been put up on the side here.
I will go over and check it out.
I'll go
You
with
go
them.
and check it out. There is mostly like pretty mundane stuff here, as you might expect from a village board. There is one specifically stating that the Lifebinder is in search of emerald to aid in a process related to the current matter on the Green Plague.
The emerald.
Hmm?
How many?
There is no like required amount. They're just any and all.
Okay.
So it's a whatever you can acquire quest.
I already have some. Does it give a location of where we can acquire more?
Acquire more emeralds? It says any more information to ask with the Lifebinder.
Okay.
Are there any missing persons type posters, Chris?
No. Which does kind of semi-match with what you're hearing. People don't go... There was the one individual, Corlin, who went missing for an extended period of time and came back, but he was like the only case.
I have an idea.
You now know that Corlin is kaput. And what's your idea?
I have fabricate prepared, so if we have like a nice chunk of wood, we can build something out of that. That way, we have something to trade with those people.
Yes. We can give them wood.
I can fabricate stuff out
Genius.
of it.
Well, that's not half a bad idea. At this exchange, is there actually any merchants and whatnot?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like they're... I mean, so it's like a half crescent shape, like moon-wise. That inner bank is the archery, and the outer bank is the primarily all sorts of people selling mostly foods, but there are a few that appear to be selling supplies for going into the Lotus Den Greenwood.
Gotcha. Anyone that would potentially be selling diamonds of sorts?
For
Let's see
magical
for that.
items.
I don't think they would.
This,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's a village.
What do you
I
need
know.
diamonds for? Reinhardt.
Never a bad thing to have.
I'm gonna make a diamond pickaxe.
We could just like plonk
I
something
have
down
a
and
good
then
number of
just-
diamonds as well as. We do forget. I have 1,000 gold worth of pure residuum. And then I have an unknown amount of unrefined residuum in my bag.
So, do both of you have your 6th level slot? I'm
Yeah.
looking at the warlocks, of course.
Uh-huh.
I'm
So
looking
we
at
can
the
go
world.
get something we can trade with, and then come back.
Oh my god, you are evil.
Before I say no to that, we should see if anything's willing to trade for.
Yeah.
As far as what we're looking at here, it's pretty bare. Is there any competitions going
I
on
haven't seen
for
any
the
bear.
archery, or is it just strictly just for sport?
head over and ask.
And is it strictly bow?
It seems to be strictly bow.
Got it. No, I'm not even gonna ask.
Yeah.
All I see is bow.
Our magic wouldn't be allowed, unfortunately.
I was actually going to ask, is there like a magic mage here that I can trade with? Like, I have a low-level spells I can trade with them.
Oh, quick investigation check.
Sure. And druids also have lightning bolt, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. 2 seconds. That's intimidation. Alright, there. Fuck. 15.
Between like the notice you've seen, experience of seeing the cairns outside the one place, and just talking to a few people, the Lifebinder is the primary source of any magical or magical items within Charis. So if you wanted to trade in magical items, magical components, or in just raw spells, it is through them. Druids don't learn their spells through reading, and acquisition of spell through scroll.
Through faith more, like with
Yeah,
cleric.
it's kind of like a faith-based class. So
It's nature cleric.
yeah.
No, man, bro.
Well,
Right. You do asking around the Dewdrop Exchange. Primarily, you're getting a large sense of like vegetarian food being for sale here.
Oh, okay, we have to leave.
I hate this place.
There is one place operated by a Dragonborn. You can see
Yeah.
he
Oh shit.
has something in the process of grinding together, but you can see distinctly that he does have a collection of fish already set aside for cooking. So this appears
I
to be
love
an
this place.
area for
I love
Is it
this.
5 silver, hot and ready?
You
Oh,
also
God, yeah,
see,
great.
you definitely smell it. The primary drink they have here is a like peach orange colored drink, and pretty much whenever they drink it is extremely potent, likely type of moonshine.
I love
Oh,
this place.
keep Banavir away
Would
from
I have to
it.
roll like a perception or investigation to see what do these guys generally barter in? I mean, they're generally like probably one item that's really stand out.
So
I feel like this is world building or like prison, where they trade like
Yeah,
one item that's
roll investigation.
okay.
So Reinhardt,
19.
are we just waiting until we get to the meeting situation? To my understanding.
And when is this meeting, guys?
Yeah, I would
see
be an hour late to that too.
when we got some connections first. So primarily when around dusk, when the light goes down.
Gotcha. Because I do want to, if we can possibly do both things at a time. But if you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's totally fine. I was thinking that I want to investigate a little bit more on the infection, sweats, and gain weight problem with their disease, whatever that may be.
There
We can
must
go
Their
be
sickness.
some sort of medical catch.
That's
we
what I
can do
mean.
that. I also think we should. Seems like all we've really talked to right now is just halflings.
That is true.
We should go talk to the other race.
We should talk to the other race and see what they have going
I'll
on.
tag along with you for that one.
You get one of the Torn if you.
Torn might be a good bet on that one.
Yeah, actually, you'd probably
Maybe.
be better for
That
that.
is-
And if you're a Reinhardt, then could one of you join me? I found a job I could actually earn us something at the Lifebringer. They're looking for emeralds, and I have a few.
Yeah.
As
if
well
you-
as
you
they
want
might
that.
find a. Yeah, I'd like a talker with.
I'll head over there as well. Probably not for emeralds, but probably for something else.
So I'll be sticking with Torn with this one, with the Dragonborn, or
Torin, Savari, and Anapir are gonna go talk to their Dragonborn.
okay, sounds good.
That was
Yay! Team almost all charisma.
Flappy head over there with them. They
We all
might
roll.
endear them.
With Flappy.
Yeah.
Team almost all charisma. Where are you guys heading?
Team Chris.
Find a Dragonborn. Ask him who's in charge. Where to find him.
I asked Torrance, like, all right, which person you think in here we can just talk to?
Well, you do remember.
We've had this conversation before. I don't know every Dragonborn.
Well,
that
no,
we've
that's not
seen.
what I mean, but like,
Okay.
I'm not trying to make it racial here.
You guys approach the
Add
Dragonborn,
racism.
the vendor,
fish vendor.
who has the fish. You see, he actually, when you approach, he isn't just selling slabs of fish. He is selling, when you kind of approach it, it almost kind of looks like a type of imitation crab meat being sold with a rosemary bread as well, kind of serving as a dip and bread type of situation.
Oh, that sounds so good.
That does sound good.
As you approach, he gives a nod, kind of sets aside a knife he was
Okay,
prepping
fine,
to
yep.
descale a fish. Greetings. Can I get you today?
What what's for trade for some of this food here?
This guy actually quickly reminds me, sorry. Snyder, you roll to determine the main barter item here.
Yes.
It seems that most people here have such a deep knowledge of the other vendors that they have an idea what the other person likes and what to trade them, or if they're in need of something to give it to them, either based off the board or just knowing them. It doesn't seem like it's like prison rules and cigarettes are the commodity here. It is mostly a village. These people know each other and just kind of barter back
Man,
and
we
forth.
stick out like a sore thumb.
Yes, we do.
Oh, Jim, you need another cow? Here, I'll sell you one of my cows for one of your sheep.
Thanks, Greg. Here's my daughter.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's so messed up.
That's true.
Our villages are
It's
built, man.
fucking
Can I
true,
get a
man.
week's worth of fish?
You could get
So,
some.
as Safari's asking
Right,
for this
one of you
order,
guys.
I kind of lean in. It's like, hey, is there any information you could tell us about this village that needs,
Wonder if we can find the
that is
cow.
kind of out of whack?
Individual. Okay. Kind of looks. I have some information. Yeah. Are you going? Do you have anything to trade?
That is
We have
Your
coin.
mom.
well, I don't know how much a healing herb could do for you guys, but I do have a
You
healing
said you
herb.
have coin.
We have
Oh.
coin.
I'll take coin.
Oh, okay.
How much
That
coin
makes
are
it
we,
so much
Different.
easier.
Yes, it makes us a different
How much
situation.
coin are we talking about?
How much corn are we talking?
I'll take a gold piece.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that sounds good. No.
Okay, grabs
that-
that up and
Gold piece. Damn. Okay.
He goes about and he actually does crack over and grabs the meat
Yeah,
he had been
hand over.
preparing from the grinding area, already seasoned, sets it into bowls along with the rosemary bread, sets that in front of you all, and then kind of folds his arms in front after serving the food. We know we've been here for a little bit, but there have been some odd things, so to say.
We've
What are you looking for?
we've heard talk of the plague that's affecting the village.
Yes.
We'd like to investigate and
Glances
possibly
around.
solve it.
He kind of glances around at the rest. The Dewdrop Exchange is pretty loud. Most people aren't really like monitoring their voices to any extent, especially those that are drinking.
Mhm.
He
Don't worry. I'll hear no matter what you say.
that's sure.
Theron
That's for
already
sure.
knows what he's
I'm also
thinking.
not looking at him, by the way.
Uh,
I'm literally watching the crowd to make sure, like, just like kind of like looking around, like while they're doing a deal, and I'm just like, don't worry, I'll heal whatever you guys say. So if
You
he
didn't-
doesn't, I got it.
didn't hear it from me, but yes, people do get sick around here as the last few months. Listen, I heard a rumor that most of them are insisted to stay in their homes. Those that don't, they're taken somewhere for healing, primarily.
Hmm.
For us Dragonborn,
Is this there is no war in Bossing Say kind of thing, Chris?
That's the vibe I'm getting.
That's the vibe I'm getting. There is no war in Bossing Say.
It's not loud.
it's the Library of Draconia. You likely have seen it if you passed by here.
No, it's not on the map.
In New Draconia, the central
I guess
structure.
it's this thing right here.
Ah,
It's where I am.
Elder Ymid resides there.
Elder
Let's
Ymid.
speak to him more. Us Dragonborn, we are newer to Charis, not quite in the way as the halflings. They're fine people, though.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have good taste in food, though. He gestures over to the area where he seems to be grinding up most of the fish he has at the moment to serve it as it is. But they make a pretty good moonshine, and they don't get on your nerves, so it's better than most anywhere else I could have gone.
That was fair. They are very nice.
That's fair. It's a fair amount of
So,
information.
to my understanding, considering, from what I'm hearing, the Dragonborn are pretty new to the village. I'm assuming you guys are not as affected like the halflings are in this village with the
No.
disease and such? Hmm.
More halflings, yes, but they simply make up more people.
Right. Hmm.
Simply a ratio.
Hmm.
Indeed.
Good ratio.
Doesn't seem like our kin have any special immunity to it.
I see. So our character, he told us to find this guy that is an elder, I believe.
Yeah,
Can we get the elder's name in the chat?
Yeah.
Sure. The elder, so you recall from Snyder, if he had mentioned, the city has two elders. One elder for the halflings and one elder for the Dragonborn. And the elder for the Dragonborn, let me make sure I get his name right.
Can you put both of them, if that's all right? Just the.
Yes.
No, that's too much information.
Oh man, you can never have too much information.
What the halfling is elder
Twig.
And then wine.
wine. Go speak to the elders, man.
Speak to the trees.
Have you hugged a tree lately, man?
Uh, why do you ask, though? That's a question.
We're trying to solve the issues that is going down in this village. If we can.
Why?
Task we've been assigned.
You're gonna make me work for from who?
Kind of looked at Anavir and Reinhardt with kind of a look of like, should we mention
Okay,
the
okay,
Bright
so
Queen?
I am there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
technically.
Charisma.
All four high
thought it was-
charisma people went to go
I thought
and
it
talk
was.
to
I
this
thought
guy.
us three were headed to. Okay. Um. thought
We,
split
we
up
got
this
s-
time.
we got distracted as always.
I thought we
Eileen, being
split up.
closer,
wait,
it's
I got that wrong.
on
I got that
request
like a
of the
wrong.
fish.
Bright Queen,
It's Viking.
Leans
It's
into Torin.
Anavir.
and I show him
Safari,
I
Torin.
show him my immunity badge.
Takes a look at the badge.
Yeah, we're kind of under personal investigation work here. Kind of on the DL, trying to keep it LSSV. Kind of a TTYN. Not a whole lot going on in that one. So it's like
What?
we're here to. We're here for you guys.
We know it's an independent area, but the Bright Queen is concerned about.
I'm trying to keep it, quiet. But we are paid professionals.
Okay.
Ultimately, we're here to help.
Yeah.
Where helping hands is good. Some might not agree. Some chose the isolation. That's what I hear. Okay. If you're here to help. You've noticed that the Lotus Den Greenwood isn't normal by now. Yeah?
Yeah.
We've gathered that.
Mm-hmm.
What have you noticed about it? It's different. The wildlife isn't natural.
No, it seems well diseased.
There
you might
was
say.
an incident with phase spider.
It seems dark. Is there a black dragon to the south of us?
Not quite where I was going with that. You'll
only
see what I mean more at
so many
nighttime, but this forest is inhospitable to anyone except us, and for us it gladly provides, except for the past few months. Call me superstitious, but I thought druids went about communing with nature if nature was angry or threw a fit. I'm just curious what happened to cause nature to throw a fit. If this disease is from the forest, at least.
You haven't, by any chance, seen any dragonborns matching this description and a short description of Robin Ball?
Maybe. feel like Torin's sister's like, gonna foil your plans.
Alright, I'll foil yours again.
Give a brief description.
Red Dragonborn.
Red
little bit-
Dragonborn.
Is she shorter or taller than Torin?
I think she's taller.
Taller. She has markings like
A bit taller than my friend here.
And I'm pretty damn tall.
I've seen them
Yeah.
before.
I guess.
I've seen them before. Came by.
Oh.
That's concerning.
That's very
Some
concerning.
months ago, before this all started. Hard to forget someone quite to that extreme if you know what you're looking for. Some of the people here were too oblivious, but she was searching for something. Name for it, can't recall anymore. Raving like a lunatic about it. Searched up here with the life binder, with the elder. Eventually stormed off. I thought she would have died to the forest.
He's a lot more resilient than you
She's
initially perceived.
she's definitely a pain in the ass, so I can doubt the forest will do anything. As much.
We've had some troubled dealings with her in the past.
Doesn't sound like to me like she's just an over-enthused scholar from Zarzith Krithil. Sounds like she's more than that.
No.
Ask the elder then.
Hmm.
He remembers too.
Very well.
Don't do that.
We pay him for the fish,
Thank you
though.
for the meal.
Oh yeah, we paid him.
Okay.
You know, I
One
I'll
copy.
give him a
Gold.
platinum.
I'll give him a gold.
Takes the 2 coins and looks to it. Appreciate it, outsiders.
Can't do anything with these. They have basically given me a rock.
No, he takes gold.
Well, the
a
druids
dragonborn.
are the ones that take other
He's
stuff
not so much a
primarily.
druid.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, these are the dragonborns who aren't really druids who can utilize them.
Orin, based off your recollection of the timeline, the like, it's only been about 20 years since the fall of Draconia. So it's likely that most of these Dragonborn still acknowledge the worth of coin.
Every so often
they're
they take a
definitely,
trip.
yeah. Could
Yeah,
make a
they're the
trip.
newer race
Oh,
of
we-
Charis.
So
You
they,
can tell
they're
they're
like,
not-
better dealing with the Dragonborns in coin. and
They're the
the
quote-unquote
halflings.
better merchants.
I'm
I'll
better.
say it.
That's easy enough.
All right,
Easy enough.
I'm
Easy
smarter.
to Remember?
I'm stronger.
Real
say
quick,
it.
before we head over to the life binder and the other elder and the other meeting,
Mhm.
is there some pipe weed salesmen here?
looking for like a pipe.
Pipe weed? No, we have the pipe already.
Okay, Bilbo.
When you're in terms of looking for something to smoke,
This is the place for it.
you've certainly got a lot to choose from when it comes to that. You have to venture closer to the outside market area, but you do find it. What is your desired effect you're going for? Many have it just for simple de-stressing, some for serious de-stressing, and others for
Extreme
Very-
de-stressing.
less extreme de-stressing. There
Knocks your
are
ass out.
some that seem that they to wake you up, to sharpen your focus.
How about just the regular kind
It's like
and the
normal.
extreme kind?
Okay.
Often
Oh.
sued in whatever he's doing.
Yeah. You
Kidding.
speak
I know.
to. It's a much older halfling. So they're
Yeah.
probably well reached their hundreds by now.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, got some of that and some of the. What you got for it?
What would you be needing around here as a salesman of such?
I just think, and he kind of
I
starts
can make
glancing
quite a
around.
bit of things. I
Starts
suppose.
glancing around the area he has here around the Dewdrop Exchange.
The three pelts might go for a bit.
Recently ran out of, or getting low on pipes. Some people keep breaking this and can only whittle so fast, some of them. A few more pipes would be needed. Recently, I probably... He takes a moment, kind of looks to you. You're not from, Jaris? What do you have?
Oh, sir. You said you needed pipes? I can make you some
Yeah,
rather
I have pipes,
quickly.
no, but what do you have?
Do I not have? Do I have some leather right now as well?
And there's leather plenty.
Mhm.
Oh, come on, you must have something that you can't find.
You look
in
interesting.
Charis.
The dragon.
Going from
The dragon.
He's with you guys.
The owl.
Yeah.
All your
Give an owl.
The
Go
goat.
later on.
What are the various pelts you're wearing?
What
on,
could you
some-
not find, Charis? It seems so nice.
something metal. There's
Metal.
no metal around here. Many of the druids that test it, we don't
Could I give him a grenade?
Oh my god.
A live grenade.
Why would you give this old man a grenade?
You're leaving
for when you
Charis, they just hear
for
from the
when you
exchange.
really,
when he
For when you
leaves
really
the
wanna get
It's a
building.
blasted.
nightlight.
It's a nightlight.
for
Wow.
when you really want to get blasted. Yeah.
There's something wrong here.
Come on, Mr. Inventor. What do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. I have everything.
I want to give him my gunblade, but I have on the Mastiff, which is back at the keep. You want an iron pot?
The guy that likes to craft everything and he has nothing to offer for trade.
Right?
Fine, I'll give him my. No, I can't give him that. I don't want to give him that.
Come on! What do you
Shield.
have?
Metal shield.
Yeah.
I mean,
Take a look at it.
Actually,
It must be
do
huge.
you want a pistol?
dagger, rapier.
That definitely gains their attention. They put it on the table. Let me see it.
The halfling has a gat!
Real quick. I take out my Tinker's tools, make it a little bit better. And it's just the basic one, though.
Okay, how are you making it better?
Yeah. It's the optional
long is it
rules
gonna
from
be?
Tinker's tools. It restores 10 hit points,
Oh, okay. Don't you have
which
to roll?
I don't fucking
for-
know how long that, how many hit points something like that has.
Well,
It's
it probably is going to take a little bit of time for you to perform that action.
Alright,
and
yeah,
then
give me,
prepare it right in
like,
front of him.
2 seconds, because I need to find it in,
2
Xanathar's Guide to Everything, our old friend.
2 seconds out here, 3 hours in there.
Cool proficiencies. It is Tinker's tool, so I have proficiencies in that.
Ooh, I'm gonna eat my ice cream. I almost tripped. That would have been bad.
God damn it, I have to scroll now. I had it memorized, I don't have it anymore.
He also did the solo.
Otters, Smith's tools, Thieves' tools, Weaver's tools. Here we go.
Right back.
So when it comes to Smith's tools, I also have those, and I don't see a roll for that.
But you put the pistol in front of him.
No.
And he kind of goes, okay. You have ammo for it?
Yes, actually I do.
Take 5 rounds, too?
I can do that.
And at that moment, he just immediately just takes off, heads towards the garden, and begins getting you what you need. It's going
Okay.
to secure you 6 doses of the mild stuff and 6 doses of the heavy stuff.
I did give him the shit pistol, but
buying
I
drugs?
It does sound like that.
A bunch of nerds are buying drugs in D&D.
Oh my god.
It's legal in D&D.
It's completely.
D&D?
Did he just say it's completely legal?
That's the
She's
most
like, you
illegal
shouldn't be
thing.
doing illegal things, and I'm like, it's legal in D&D. And she's like, no.
No.
okay, yes, actually, Tinker's tool. Just
We're
so
with
every
a
other
bunch of
tool list is
magic
on the left hand
hippies.
side.
Magic hippies.
I just gave him a gun.
Tell her it's also session 69.
It's also now an
It's
orange
session
deal.
69.
We're selling guns, so technically
Or the
we're
weed.
selling guns for drugs.
Drugs.
It's getting a lot worse as I keep talking.
That's horrible.
Yeah, ATF would be all over our ass.
That's right.
Oh no, there isn't a rule.
He did also say he repaired it, so he scratched out the serial number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing no serial number gun trade, sweetie. In D&D.
Actually, it doesn't have a serial number because
You gotta make sure you
Yeah.
say
already.
D&D. Gotta make sure you say D&D.
We should just arrest him.
We're not
Dude.
that weird.
Instead of saying in Mexico,
No,
or anything
she's
like that,
right,
we
we're
just
weird.
say in
We're
D.
pretty weird.
Yeah, no, she is
We
right.
should
Yeah.
just arrest that guy instead for doing.
Arrest
going
that
to
man.
The trade.
It was Anthony. He is the old.
Fuck you.
Oh, there is a rule,
Anthony's old, like.
but not for Smith's tools.
He's
Fuck
old.
you.
He's
You were about to say he's old like you.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
You can't prove shit.
I do have this recorded.
Interesting question. Who is the oldest character?
That would not
Roald.
be.
Roald.
Roald.
Okay, of us 6, who's the oldest?
Orin?
Fuck, it's probably me.
Yeah, it
Probably
is.
not Tauren. Dragonborns don't live as long as humans even do.
Oh,
I
No,
mean,
dragons
mentally,
don't
Okay,
live.
Tauren
also,
by a
if you're talking
long
mentally, Torin is
Actually, no. Tauren's not, because Tauren's not the real Tauren, and he is only this life cycle, and only by a couple.
But he has
years,
so many
mentally-
life cycles.
No,
You guys
technically
put
though, the Tauren we know isn't the Tauren that is connected to all his other life cycles. So he is the
Okay.
youngest. Hmm.
I'm
Well,
just.
he
Oh,
is
this
connected.
Torin
He's
still is
becoming more
36.
connected. Yeah.
Oh, you're
God,
36.
He's
Holy
still
fuck,
old.
yeah, you're old.
Reinhardt's 25.
I'm young as hell, so
Yeah.
How
25.
Viking and Ice characters are basically the same.
About
And
20
we're
would be-
half elf, so we look young as fuck.
Half elves still live the same amount as humans.
150 years.
Wolfgang was 35, like me. Savari's only like 20.
Yeah, you're the youngest.
long kitty.
Yeah, we got some young, tight cat.
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
D&D Chris looks at you. Are you fucking
Whoa,
serious?
he's like, whoa! It's fun.
That one Nintendo tweet where it's like, the best thing is the best feeling is the inside of a cat.
So for the 6 light doses that you were given, smoking it, advantage on checks against being charmed, disadvantage on all intelligence checks.
Yeah.
Hey.
Heavy stuff,
Hold on, the notes.
yeah.
Is the heavy stuff similar to Soothe?
Light.
Suit is made of residuum.
Oh.
Oh.
Dude, you can make some more soon.
So there is like
magic.
a huge difference between what this old pothead is growing out in his back garden versus highly refined magic drug.
So one of them is caffeine, and the other one's crack.
One of them's weed, the other one's cocaine.
As for the heavy thing, it will grant you immunity to charm and advantage against being frightened, disadvantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma checks.
Oh,
Wow.
You would literally
my
lose
God.
your most powerful trait about yourself.
You become a moron.
You don't do it for the stat.
No, it's good for actually. It'd be great for a melee character
Right.
like Roald.
Being high as shit in combat.
I mean, he's a tank, so.
Totem Warrior Barbarians.
Can I get a rethink on the light stuff
Light,
real quick?
advantage on checks against being charmed, disadvantage on intelligence check.
Yeah, I'm just doing this in my tower for now on.
I have it written down as well, just in case.
Just hotboxing my tower.
You're gonna be that one guy from Sword in the
Hold on,
Stone.
How many doses of Sood do I have?
We got 2 or 3.
I think I have 3. I ask him. I'll palm one of my Sood bags. What could I trade you for this?
He kind of leans in.
This is. Do you know what residuum is?
Stare at the suit.
I've heard of it before.
Well, this is a drug called Sood. There's a drug made of residuum. So a good way to put it is a drug made of magic.
That's a good way to describe most drugs.
So magical.
He looks pretty unsure at the moment.
I
You
will
just
pull
like-
out, because it's like a pouch of it, I'm assuming. It's not like, I will pull out a pouch, and I will
Taste test?
take a little bit, and give him a tiny bit, and say,
Oh, that's
that'll
right.
last about a minute. Enjoy.
Oh, that's right. I
If
have
you
a
feel it's
doorknob.
worth it, we are in the
So
market for
expensive.
trading goods.
You
Goods
see
that can
he,
be traded to other places.
Watch the kind of taking and knowing like a vague amount, lines his upper lip with it. Takes a little bit of time.
Oh, that's gonna.
Yeah. Yeah, if you roll con check now.
It just.
You just killed the shopkeep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you
no.
see he's kind of.
Alter self, make myself look like the shopkeep.
He's the
You could do that.
shapeshifter.
They tingle in a way I haven't felt before.
So fucking. He'd be a guy who'd basically smoke mad fucking weed for
Nah,
decades.
this is an upper.
And then
This is an
he's like
upper.
a little bit of cocaine, and he's like, oh god, I haven't felt this feeling in decades.
He gives a few nods. After it, like it's only a small dose, but that's.
I need more.
I don't like that too much, though.
This is the Yoma.
That's some dangerous shit you got right there.
Oh, what's more dangerous is the metric ton I have of the raw residuum in my bag. It's basically a bomb.
Can you please go over there now that you mentioned that?
You want to see the fuck out of here?
The glowing green rock and palm it and put it back. I basically have a metric ton of like raw
Oh shit.
C4 in my bag. I have like a tactical nuke in my bag.
By the way, your bag sucks.
Fuck you.
Before we go into all of that,
You have a small dick.
going on.
So is your
Um,
mom.
Oh.
Going further on from that,
Oh my god.
I assume heading from Dewdrop Exchange, are you heading towards a Life Binder or New Draconia to the Library of Draconia?
Lifebinder's all the way, right?
Yeah.
Kind of. It's like it's on the way and then it's very quickly off the way, and then you can
We got
Yes, this
information
is
on
if
possible
one
contact, so
one of these is like bup 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 and then bup
I mean, like, yeah, if you levitate up, but you actually
Yep.
go into the trees first because you can't cross
And then
hill
but-
into bridge.
and then bup.
I can levitate.
Yeah, you can.
So
I can fly.
It'd be like this.
Will you please stop?
So, you make your way and spend a little bit of time, and you head towards the life binder. You head towards those familiar stones out front. Do you cross the cairn stones that the life binder has put in place?
I wait outside.
yeah, have to.
It's the only way in. Who's gonna
Excuse me.
cross?
You
No,
hear
no,
a,
enter.
a knock. The invisible knock, of course, because it's an invisible
Okay.
mage hand.
And it kind of opens the door a bit. You hear some steps forward, and eventually a figure pulls it open. They have long, straight, dark hair that is pulled back extremely loosely, about center neck, into a tail. Paler skin, but they appear to have a sufficient amount of paints and the like on in not quite runic symbols, but in different type of styles, interpretations across their face, and you can see the same thing on their forearms. They do poke over in, and as they poke their head, you can see a headdress on that represents two antlers that poke from their hair.
Oh shit. Okay.
And this figure goes and glances and sees like this perimeter around the
What
stones. Goes,
race are they?
they appear elven.
Oh. Okay.
He's the 1%er.
Hello.
I guess I
Do
could take off my
apologize
hood.
for the knock. I noticed your stones, and I'm not a big fan of charm, so I decided to just knock instead first. I saw your poster in the.
I'm sorry, but the stones are there for quite a reason. Can someone, a few of you, step over?
I will.
Yeah, I stepped
Alright,
I will.
fine.
Just done
You
and
will,
over
you will
with.
be affected by the spell Calm Emotions. You can choose either
Fine.
resist it or not.
What does it
I'll
do?
try to resist it.
I'll try.
Yeah,
Those either
no,
gonna
Calm
resist-
emotions is considered a charm, right?
Oh, that's right, I have advantage.
Oh, I
I
can't.
have
it
advantage.
just
Yeah,
means
I have
can't get
advantage, too.
angry, right? That's fine.
Swelling drivers, looks like. A charm motion.
It is.
Stupid.
Yes, it is considered a charm.
Hey, look, I'm against being charmed. I'm good.
You know, I'm just gonna.
Oh,
Accept
charisma
it.
saving throw. Okay.
Charisma? Oh no.
Charisma saving throw.
Talk about things that don't matter.
That's gonna be a 27.
I was about to say, if Reinhardt doesn't get it, I'll just be bad cop, he be good cop.
You guys step through, and you kind of have to take a moment to resist and pull away from the spell. Savaris, you kind of step in and allow it to affect.
Thing.
Um,
Ooh, 21 max roll.
you also pass.
Did
Oh.
Viking roll?
Well, 1
He's
second.
immune.
I'm
No,
immune.
He's not immune. You're
He's
resistant,
with advantage.
resistant.
Okay.
You can't be magically put to sleep.
Right.
He's
1 second.
immune to the sleep spell.
And this is like a charisma roll then?
Charisma check, yeah.
Okay.
Or saving throw, sorry, saving throw.
Saving throw.
Talk about things that nobody cares.
Okay, that will be 20. What's that? Math.
Okay.
24.
You pass. For you, Savari, in failing, all it does is suppresses the effects of Charmed or Frightened on you. Because
Okay.
you aren't hostile against them, so hostile would make them indifferent. But as they see that, and you can kind of furrow the brows, they seem to clock the people that are resisting it. Gives a few nods. Okay. and the hands are raised, and you can see a faint green energy conjure forth in the hands, and it dissipates like fog falling from the fingers, and these stones nearby, the Karn stones, dim and fade to drop the spell, so it would fade for you, Savari.
I'd do a quick bow for allowing us
You can
pass
come
through at all.
inside now.
Thank you. I'll walk inside, fully knowing I could have just turned on my cloak and it would not have mattered at all, because I can turn off Charmed instantly. But I didn't want to waste it.
You step in. You see there is a variety of multicolored gems hanging from strings and vines that connect to central thicker vines that kind of swoop around the building. There is a little space here and there where you can see they would sometimes, most time, put items for display, most of which appear just like mundane items. A vase, a cup that had been enchanted in some way, shape, or form that you're gathering. And the individual moves to just kind of stand in the center of the room. I apologize for the precaution. You don't know who is trustable these days. Who is themselves? So
Of course.
I understand now. I was about to wonder
Understandable.
why you wouldn't trust people in such a small druidic town such as this. Having met um, the person at the inn, I felt like I was talking to a new fawn with their level of innocence and unknowing.
the people of
But
Charis are indeed probably the most naive group of people I've ever had the pleasure of talking to. But they could use guidance.
great.
Oh, he has that spell.
Fuck you. That's so dumb.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
would agree. But yes.
the little paw came out just like.
So, on to the question of your poster. I saw you were looking for emeralds. I had two questions related. One, do you know a location for where to go and get some emeralds and you're wanting us to go and retrieve them? Or are you just looking for people to have emeralds and barter with you for them?
I need as many emeralds as I can get my hand on. I know where some are.
Okay.
Men from Asarius would come by every so often to trade for the Dragonborns by the river.
And the men from Asarius
Trading
were
gold.
killed, and I'm assuming their cart full of goods was left, and you want to get the emeralds from the cart.
I don't believe I know anything about. No cart. There is some bridges nearby. I don't know the full story. What I do know is that a chest that was supposed to have stuff from the Asarius men is now at the bottom of the river.
Oh, well, it's a very accomplishable goal.
I believe it does have emeralds. The Dragonborns trade in gems and gold for things they can't get in Asarius.
Alrighty.
Would there be any issue with the water? Anything that lives in there that's of note?
Don't go at night and you're fine.
Don't go at night. Okay.
What's there at night?
Yeah, what happens at night? I've been hearing this around town.
Let me first, sorry. I'm Binder Vasa of the Arashari. I've come here on...
She's an Ashari?
Sorry, yes.
Oh, shit.
I've come here to see Charis as well as provide aid. Such as our prerogative to provide aid where we can. My cat just fucking sailed away. It's bad. The Lotus End Greenwood. The Lotus End Greenwood is associated with the Feywild you have not caught. In more than just the flora, the fauna, there has been creatures that occasionally leak through from the Feywild. May it be a
Meaning
pixie or
invisible spiders that transfer between realms.
the Fey spiders, yes.
We've had the mispleasure of meeting those.
They weren't too bad, though. They were rather flimsy.
They hurt.
And Anavir did almost
They are
die.
ambush predators. It
We
is
found
the
out.
Feywild is whimsical as it is disturbingly deadly. And at night that is a very powerful presence felt. Especially further away from Charis, where this location would be.
Okay. We'll have
I
to
am
visit. Mhm.
the water, I believe it to be normal water, but in the presence of the night could smother you should it so desire.
Lovely.
Do not.
Okay.
Um,
Well,
the gemstones, the reward. Um, small story. Um, do you know about what happened at the Dewdrop Exchange some time ago?
yes.
Yes.
With Carlin.
You do know. Good. I was there. When I saw aggression start to be raised, I took it upon myself to try and change that, calm them down a bit. You don't look to be foreign to casting spells. And you
Both
would know
hands turn purple. No.
against the rest, briefly. Seemed
You
to
probably
be,
see my tome.
yeah.
Spells.
And a
I
pseudo
realize
dragon.
every single one of us except Savari can cast magic.
What are spells?
I'm just a cat.
Stab
You
thing.
know innately in your head when a spell fails from resistance versus when it does not connect at all.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine my surprise when I attempt such a spell on a halfling and the spell does not connect at all. Surely enough, someone proceeds to beat them down, then they just turn into a pile of leaves, plant matter.
Would indeed make one wary.
Well, the Calm Emotions spell only affects humanoids, you or I. Doesn't affect the plant life, doesn't affect monsters and the like. Sound reasoning. I couldn't calm their emotions because they weren't humanoid. My theory extended to the stones outside. And it is what I am attempting to resolve here. If I can bind enough gems here with the Calm Emotions spell, it would be much easier to discern who amongst us is not who they appear to be. If their
So-
emotions can't be calmed, then it seems an easy enough way to know.
You tried any spells like True Sight or See Invisibility to see if you can make out their true form?
I've attempted to see invisibility, but there's no tricks of sight when it comes to them. Mind you, I've only seen the plant matter, the reduction of one.
Sort of pricking someone's finger and drawing blood. This seems like a decent way. Though that
Like the
other
play,
method
the
might be
thing.
quicker.
The difficulty is pricking someone. I prefer to do it safely from a distance without potentially letting them know.
I mean, out of curiosity, did the halfling seem stronger than a standard halfling, or is it more just, for better words, an invasive species?
It's difficult to tell. The fight did not last too long. The brawl started. It screams that they weren't who they were, and it was a quick dog pile to take them down.
And then he just compiled into Bag of
As if he was a plant rapidly experiencing decay. A
All of
body
a sudden.
reduced to leaves upon expiration. Once he was, stabbed a few times. The emeralds I seek, I could in turn exchange you for the gems. It's a trifle matter, I assume. I could attempt to provide other exchange if the gems aren't of your liking, but the more hands these gems can wind up in, the better.
Oh,
Sure.
sure we can do
Okay.
something.
What time is it right now, Chris?
9:21.
Thanks, Will.
The sun is beginning to set.
Okay.
Uh,
Then, would you be willing to take us out tomorrow?
I could show you the way, yes. I am no wood whaler, though. I am not so in tune with the forest to keep the forest from attacking.
Would we need a wood whaler?
If you don't want the forest to attack you on the way.
I might have that. Well, me and Reinhardt, we might have that covered.
Okay. Then I feel we shall see you tomorrow in the morning, and we can head out.
I look forward to it.
I will not. I will head out, and I will start to head to the inn.
Alright.
Oh no. Oh no.
Hey, what was
I have
their name?
meeting.
One moment.
Cat.
Cat.
Cat. Small, super
Okay,
small
bro.
cat.
Binder Vasa of the
Vinder.
Air Ashari.
Is he a
Can't
druid?
believe we-
Is they a druid?
They appear to be so.
Voss. They have antlers, dude.
Yeah, he
Uh,
has antlers.
yeah, I know normally druids for that, but
Binder.
sometimes.
The Air Asashi.
Ashari.
Air Atachi.
Ashari. You
Good
do
enough for
have,
me.
for those of you attending at the meeting with Elder Twine,
Mm. I believe that's
We
me and
heading over
Reinhardt.
there soon.
Yeah.
Does he have the lightning bolt spell somewhere? And could he describe it?
Lightning Bolt, I can. Tomorrow.
He has
we can
calm
dis-
lightning, but yeah.
We have time tomorrow on the journey to discuss such spell.
Alright, sure. Done.
That a few of you begin to journey towards the home of the Thriceborn, the deep where the Elder is. And as you begin to journey, the sun is setting now. The sky has changed to an auburn orange. You can see as the long shadows of the trees begin to be cast against the various parts of the forest, a dull reds and purples and greens of bioluminescent moss begin to pick up in color and glow in the various patches of the forest. Whereas it starts to get dark, the forest itself brightens up in this area to provide a multicolor, very whimsical attitude here. The spores that occasionally release from it drift off into the sky to create streaks of colors across the
Avatar,
backdrop of the trees. Sure, I've never seen Avatar.
Shocking.
At this point, Saren specifically, because of your heightened hearing, you begin to almost hear the faint essences of laughter amongst the trees. Kind of like a sinister laughter, very lighthearted and jovial. amongst the trees and fluttering as day transitions to night.
I can't believe I'm about to ask this. Can I make an insight roll on the trees to know if it's an evil laugh?
You can make an insight roll with disadvantage because you're only hearing the sound.
Yeah, I know.
But he go roll anyway.
Oh, disadvantage?
That's the disadvantage.
This must
Oh,
suck.
11. I
That's
rolled an 18.
11 on an insight check,
That's-
which is wisdom based.
And
You're having a
Oh,
difficulty. You're having a difficult
I
time
rolled a 2, so that's plus 9.
picking apart the origin of the laughter. It sounds lighthearted though. There is like you're not sure if this is like lighthearted, but I'm still gonna kill you, or if it's just lighthearted in the way like a child
a
laughs.
serial
So
killer.
I
like
don't
your
know if
standard-
it's horror movie laugh or child playground laugh.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right.
Great.
Still both don't
So
sound
it
good.
Sounds a little bit like your standard fairy forest type laughter for the rest of us. If we do hear
Most
it.
you don't hear it.
No,
Oh.
just
You
him.
took a little bit of time to try and listen at this point in the evening, but a few of you journey. As this begins to take place across the treetops of Asarius, some of you heading towards home of the Thriceborn, as you heading to bed. That's where we'll end tonight's session.
Oh man.
Oh, I gotta go.
Saren's falling for the curse.
He can hear it and he's falling for it.
Quick, someone prick him.
Somebody prick him.
Like
got
it's
Book him.
I might have to use magic circle for this area.
We might need to tie Saren to a pole to tame him and then carry him out as a pole. It's like, Saren, the voices, what do they mean? What do you hear? And we just like,
Are we still streaming?
yeah, we're still streaming.
Fat bellied cat.
Just cast
Hear that,
blindness
Laura?
and
You're
deafness
fat
on
now.
Everyone, and you're good.
There is no fat shaming in my stream.
Badass.
Don't forget to check out Swift Lifestyle.
Yeah, check out Swift Lifestyles in my bio. If you want,
Swift
hey,
swipe
hey,
styles?
I am tired. Leave me alone. I had a long day.
A long day.
I should go to bed early.
I should too.
But yeah,
Done
check
packing,
out
Will?
check out Swift Lifestyles, and if you check my bio and use the promo code of XEvilX, you get a 15% off of all your purchases. So go ahead and check that out, and you'll get a great energy for your day of gaming.
I highly recommend the apple one. It's very good.
I actually like the green apple for sure. Yeah,
Yes.
I haven't drank it for a hot minute, but you know, I'm just not a crazy caffeine guy. So.
I mean, we can't all be rock stars, but
But you guys can.
Or monsters. Or...
We all can't be Bang.
Oh yeah. Go out of business.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Super
I could do
routine.
that.
Well, for those that are watching, hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see you guys next time.